What's up guys, I'm BTC. We just got a brand new hero, and every time this happens, there's always a lot of questions. How do those abilities interact with other stuff in the game? Well, let's find out. Today, we're going to try to cut through all of the myths and misinformation surrounding the latest character. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because I always have the latest and greatest in Overwatch information. So subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of it. First things first, what is the correct pronunciation of the name? Well, here's the voice actress. Listen to her.
Brigitte Lindholm, and I will be your shield.
The confusion comes from the fact that she's a Swedish character, the daughter of Torbjorn, but it was Reinhardt, who's German, that gave her her name, so therefore you get the German pronunciation. Or you could just call her Brigitte. I don't think anyone's gonna really care. Moving on to her abilities, we're gonna start with the shield. Functionally, it is the exact same as Reinhardt's shield. It's just smaller with less health. So that means that anything that Reinhardt's shield would normally block, most normal damage, plus a couple of ults like High Noon or Diva's ult, all that stuff will be blocked by Brigitte's shield. However, other things that would normally go through, like a Reinhardt attack or Winston's attack or Moira's biotic orbs and stuff, all of that will pass right through the shield. Again, it's functionally the exact same as Reinhardt's shield. Now we're going to look at how Brigitte's attacks work on enemy shields. So she has three attacks that we need to look at. First is her standard attack with the flail, second is her whip shot ability, and third is the shield bash. Both the standard attack and the shield bash are considered a melee, and therefore they will both go through enemy shields. However, the whip shot is considered a projectile, and therefore enemy shields will block it. Genji's deflect is a little bit different. A standard attack and a whip shot will both be blocked. However, the shield bash will go through the deflect and stun the Genji. Speaking of the shield bash, because it is a stun, you can use it to interrupt any of the abilities or ultimates that would normally be interrupted by a stun. So we're talking High Noon, Earth Shatter, all that sort of stuff. However, it will not interrupt other things that aren't normally affected, like Bastion's transformation or Soldier 76's tactical visor. The whip shot ability has no stunning effect to it at all. It only does the damage plus pushback, so therefore it will not interrupt any abilities. Can you use the shield bash to stop an enemy that's charging you? With Diva, the shield bash will completely stop the mech dead in its tracks, whether Diva is in it or if she's using her ultimate. Reinhardt's charge can be stopped, but the timing is a little bit tricky. Also, there seems to be a weird side effect where after you stop the charge, Brigitte will get thrown up into the air. With Doomfist, he always wins. It's a lot more difficult because he moves a lot faster, but if you do happen to get the exact correct timing, you still end up getting stunned and taking damage as Brigitte. On top of that, there's a little weird camera bug that just spins your camera off to the side. Alright, so what about whip shot? Well, for Winston, the game considers his jetpack leap to be more of a jump than a charge. So if you see a Winston leaping through the air, yes, you absolutely can stop it and even knock him back a little bit. However, for Diva, Reinhardt, and Doomfist, they're considered a charge. For Diva and Doomfist, there's no pushback at all. For Reinhardt, there's a tiny fraction of a second pause, but he still keeps charging. If you try to hit them from the side, again, Diva and Doomfist, there's no effect at all. With Reinhardt, you can actually push him quite a bit off of his path. Also, even if Diva uses her ultimate and sends the mech flying, it's still going to be completely unaffected by the pushback of the whip shot. Now let's talk about her healing. The Repair Pack is a soft lock-on ability, just like Zenyatta's Harmony Orb and Zarya's Bubble. So therefore, it can go through enemy barriers and still hit a friendly target on the other side. The ultimate is a different story. While Lucio and Zenyatta's ults are in fact blocked by enemy barriers, Brigitte's ult is not. This leads me to believe that it might actually be a bug, and while it does go through right now, it could be patched at any time. She also has an Inspire passive, which will apply a healing buff on her and any of the allies that are in the area every time she hits an enemy with her flail. Now, this can be from a normal attack or from the whip shot. How it works is anytime Brigitte hits an enemy, she and any allies in the area will get their own personal buff. They don't have to stay near her after they get this buff. However, they cannot be behind an enemy barrier. If they're behind the barrier at the time the hit occurs, they will not get the buff. But if Brigitte is on the same side of the barrier and lands the hit, they will get the buff. Then she can go to the other side of the barrier and their healing does not stop. There is a myth that you get healed for less if you're further away from Brigitte when she lands that hit. It's simply not true. Anyone that gets affected is healed for the exact same amount. Also, the Inspire passive is not affected by hack or EMP at all. It will continue to work as normal. Another big question that people have is, can you stack her armor buffs with the abilities from other characters? And the answer is yes. So you can get 150 semi-permanent armor from Brigitte's ultimate, and then you can get an extra 75 armor from Torbjorn's armor pack, and then another 75 shields from Symmetra's shield generator. That gives you an extra 300 semi-permanent health. On top of that, Brigitte can then hit you with her repair pack and give you an extra 75 armor. Granted, it's only temporary, only lasts 5 seconds, but that's still an extra 375. And I gotta say, a Roadhog running around with 900 health, 225 of it being armor, is kinda scary. That's gonna be about it for this one. I am going to be making more tips and guides for Brigitte, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of them. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links for that stuff are down below. And remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.